Hello learners, welcome back. Today we are going to learn another very interesting topic, that is standards of bibliographic formats and information interchange and communication. Standards for bibliographic records are essential guidelines that ensure the consistency, accuracy, and accessibility of bibliographic information across libraries, databases, and information systems worldwide. These standards define how bibliographic data such as titles, authors, subjects, and publication details are structured, formatted, and exchanged, facilitating efficient information retrieval and resource sharing. They help catalogers create clear, uniform records, enabling libraries and users to locate and access resources accurately and reliably, regardless of location or language. So now you came to know these standards of bibliographical information exchange are very important. So today's agenda, we are going to discuss the various bibliographical standards which are being used in libraries, museums, and other places where we have to store the information in a standardized format. Today's agenda, we are discussing about the ISBD, that is International Standard Bibliographic Description, MARC 21, Machine Readable Catalog 21, RDA, Resource Description and Access, FRBR, Functional Requirements for Bibliographic Records, Bibframe, it's a bibliographic framework. So these are the standards which are going to discuss in detail in today's session. Learners, now we are going to discuss about the first standard, that is International Standard Bibliographic Description, ISBD. ISBD initiated in the year 1969 following a significant international meeting of cataloging experts sponsored by IFLA, International Federation of Library Association, the Committee on Cataloging. The ISBD framework has been adopted by bibliographic agencies and catalogers worldwide, significantly contributing to the consistency of bibliographic records. The first format developed under ISBD framework was the International Standard Bibliographic Description for Monographic Publications. It is known as ISBD-M. That was introduced in the year 1971. So let us see the historical background of ISBD. In 1973, ISBD-M widely adopted, translated into various languages. In 1974, after receiving the feedback from the users, they published ISBD as first standard edition. In 1975, another remarkable development, that the Joint Steering Committee proposed a universal bibliographic standard. And in 1977, that ISBD-G, that is published as a general standard, ISBD general standard. So the ISBD-M revised to align with ISBD-G. The first standard edition, the publication also revised. In 1981, the ISBD Review Committee was established by the Standing Committee of the IFLA section on cataloging to plan a review and revision of ISBDs covering various publication types. This comprehensive revision project was completed by the end of the 1980s. The consolidated edition of ISBD was published in 2007, and the IFLA's ISBD review group is tasked with maintaining and updating the standards. Additionally, two narrower objectives emerged, that is, to assess the use of the equal sign and to consider recommendations regarding the ISBD NBM from specialist group, particularly the International Association of Music Librarians, including the removal of machine readable data files from the standard. So the structure of ISBD, we can say there are 8 structure. The first structure is discussing about the title and the statement responsibility. It includes the main title, subtitle, and the statement of responsibility like author, editor, etc. The punctuation used to separate the title is colon, and a forward slash precedes the statement of responsibility. And next is edition area. There the detailed edition of the resource, if applicable, that is a second edition. The punctuation used was period. And next one is material specific details area. There the format of specific information is available. We can, for example, scale for maps, type of illustrations for visuals, material, etc. The punctuation used is period, full stop with the space. The next area is publication distribution area. It provides the place of publication, publisher, date of publications. The punctuation mark used is colon, and the publisher separated from the date by comma. And the physical description area is also there, ISBD. It describes the physical aspects of the item, that means number of pages, illustrations, and dimensions. The punctuation begins with a colon and following the total page number. And series area, where information about any series the item belongs to, including series title or any numbering. The punctuation used for this ISBD to indicate the series is parenthesis, and it is a parenthesis separated by semicolon. And the note area, it contains additional useful notes like bibliographical references or specific resource details. The punctuation used is not usually separated by a period and a new line. And the standard number or the term of availability is another part of ISBD. It lists identifiers such as ISBN or ISSN or any other related terms to access or availability. The punctuation used for ISBN, ISSN is typically noted without any additional punctuations. Learners, now we are discussing about another standard, that is MARC 21. MARC stands for Machine Readable Cataloging. In 1965 and 1966, the Library of Congress studied Hi learners, next we are going to discuss on MARC 21. MARC stands for Machine Readable Cataloging. During the period 1965-66, the Library of Congress studied recording cataloging data in machine readable format, initiating the MARC pilot project. MARC was developed in the 1960s by American computer scientist Henriette Avram in collaboration with the Library of Congress. MARC 21 was developed in the year 1999 as a result of harmonizing the US MARC and the Canadian MARC formats along with UniMARC. The MARC 21 is essential for libraries as it standardized bibliographic data, ensuring compatibility and interoperability across systems globally. It enables efficient resource sharing, reduces cataloging redundancy, supports library management systems, and preserves data consistency for future generation. MARC 21 also adapts to new technologies that helps libraries to maintain reliable and up-to-date records. The MARC 21 was designed to modernize the original MARC record format for the 21st century and to enhance the accessibility for the international community. The MARC, which contains 5 formats like bibliographic format, authority format, holdings format, community format, and classification data format. MARC 21 combines elements from US MARC, UK MARC, and Canadian MARC based on the NISO ANSI standard Z31.2, enabling data exchange across different software systems. The MARC 21 standards allows the use of 2 character sets, that is MARC 8 and Unicode encoded UTF-8. And the MARC 8 supports a range of script including Hebrew, Cyrillic, Arabic, Greek, and some East Asian languages, while the UTF-8 format accommodates all languages supported by Unicode. Overall, we can say MARC 21 is the most widely used MARC format globally, and it serves as a de facto standard for library cataloging. Now let us discuss the 5 formats of MARC 21: bibliographic format, authorities format, holdings format, classification format, and community information format. And we say what are different MARC 21 fields. You will find the MARC 21 00X for control fields, 01X to 09X it's numbers or code fields, and heading fields and general information start from 1XX, start with 100 to 200, 199. 1XX main entry fields, or 20X to 24X is a title and subtitle fields. 25X to 28X is the edition, imprint, etc. 3XX is physical description, etc. fields, and 4XX is for series statement fields. 5XX note fields. 6XX subject access fields. 70X to 75X is added entry fields. 76X to 78X is linking entry and subscription fields. 80X to 83X it's series added entry fields. 84.1 to 88X that is holdings, location, alternate graphics, etc. So these are the fields and the tags which have been used in the MARC 21 format. Next format is Bibframe, that is a Bibliographic Framework Initiative. It was launched by the Library of Congress in 2011. It replaced the MARC standard to modernize library cataloging with linked data, enhancing web accessibility of bibliographic information. This Bibframe is designed to improve resource discovery and interoperability across different libraries and information systems. Between 2012 and 2017, Bibframe underwent several phases of development. Began with the 2012 public release of initial data model followed by vocabulary and tool testing for early adopters of 2013. Repeat. In 2014, a test bed was implemented, and in 2015, the Bibframe 2.0 model and vocabulary were released in 2016 with a second pilot project planned in June 2017. Bibframe 2.0 structures catalog data into three fundamental levels, that is work, instance, and item. Work is the highest level of abstraction within the Bibframe framework. A work encapsulates the conceptual essence of the resource being cataloged, including details about the authors, languages, and subject associated with. Instance means a work can have one or more specific material embodiments which are refers to a instances. Each instance corresponds to a particular published form and includes details such as publisher, place, date of publication, and the format of the source, that is instant. The item means an item represents an actual copy of instance, whether physical or electronic. It contains specific information regarding its location, whether in a physical space or online, and the shelf mark and the barcode, that will be the item. In the Bibframe 2.0 also introduced several important concepts that are connected to the core class, including agents, subjects, and events. Subject means a work can pertain to one or more concepts known as its subject. The events means it is occurrences that may form the content of a work. The different occurrences will be there to content of a work that we are calling as a events. So this is something about the Bibframe. Now we are discussing about the resource description and access, RDA. Resource description and access, RDA, is a modern standard developed by the RDA steering committee, initially released in the June 2010. It offers the guidelines for creating bibliographic metadata suitable for digital platforms. It replaces Anglo-American cataloging rules, ACR2, which were designed for physical cataloging. And it is aligned with FRBR and FRAD principles, focusing on resource description and access point for names and titles. It's designed for digital environment. RDA enables flexible cataloging for both analog and digital materials. It offers libraries adaptable data that suits evolving database structures and remains compatible with existing catalog records, supporting efficient management of diverse resources in modern libraries. The principles of RDA, it is mainly depend on FRBR and FRAD. That means the functional requirements for bibliographic records and the functional requirements for authority data, as well as the statement for international cataloging principles. The structure of RDA, the RDA, which contains two main components. One is entity descriptions, that are the sections from 1 to 4 belongs to entity description sections. These sections outline the attributes used to describe each of the FRBR, that means the functional requirements for bibliographic records entities. The second one is relationships among entities, that belongs to the item sections from 5 to 10. These sections detail the various relationships that can exist between the entities. Each section of RDA begins with a chapter offering general instructions, followed by specific chapters that focus on individual entities. The overall structure of RDA is organized into 10 sections with 37 chapters. Additionally, it also contains 12 appendices, a glossary, and an index that providing a comprehensive guidelines for cataloging and describing various resources. Now let us see what is FRBR, Functional Requirements for Bibliographic Records. This conceptual framework is based on the entity relationship model introduced by Professor P.P. Chen in 1976. IFLA published this item in the year 1998. This FRBR is designed to establish connections between specific attributes and relationships, supporting various user tasks associated with bibliographic records. FRBR defines core user tasks that bibliographic records aims to address: finding, identifying, selecting, and obtaining resources. Additionally, FRBR provides a recommended set of elements for national bibliographic records. Let us see the historical background of FRBR. The idea was started in the year 1961 at the International Conference on Cataloging Principles, ICCP, which was organized by IFLA. In 1969, an international meeting of cataloging experts was held at Copenhagen. And in 1971, the publication of the International Standard Bibliographic Description for Monographic Publications. Another development we'll find in the year 1990, where IFLA Universal Bibliographic Control and International MARC program, together with IFLA Division of Bibliographic Control, held a conference in Stockholm. There, in 1991, a study group was formed, and 1996, IFLA study group on the functional requirements and bibliographic records drafted its initial report. And in 1997, they received approval from the Standing Committee of IFLA section for cataloging. And in 1998, the final FRBR report was published. As far as categorization of FRBR is concerned, it contains three groups. One group is discussing about the entities, that is work, expression, manifestation, item. Another group of discussing another entities like a person, corporate body. And third group is discuss the entities such as concept, object, event, and place. So learners, let us conclude here. The standards for bibliographic formats and information interchange ensure consistency, accessibility, and accuracy in managing bibliographic data across libraries. It evolving the technology and user needs, each standard serves as specific functions. ISBD provides universal cataloging, MARC 21 standardized data formatting, RDA focuses on user-centered approaches, FRBR offers a conceptual model for user tasks, and the Bibframe supports a linked data environment. Together, these standards enhance interoperability, streamline cataloging, and improve discoverability in the digital landscape. Thank you, dear learners. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. We will meet with another topic in the next class. Thank you. Take care.